even a defense aspirant or anybody who's preparing for any serious examination. So what you should go for are the editorials, because editorials will give good news analysis, and that is what is going to be relevant for you. So look at that, and in that also you should look out for things which are of worthwhile. Now, how do we categorize what is worthwhile? See, like in recent times, I saw a lot of coverage on वो रणवीर सिंह का फोटोग्राफ आ गया न्यूड में, तो उसके ऊपर फोटो आ गई, डिस्कशन हो गया. नाउ इट मीन्स नथिंग, उससे क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है? इट जस्ट the analysis you can get only is that such trash gets reported and gets discussed also, because people like what do you call मतलब न्यूज में भी लोग एंटरटेनमेंट ज्यादा देखने लगे हैं rather than something worthwhile. अब रणवीर सिंह में क्या worthwhile है उसमें? So this was one thing which was of absolutely useless nature. Another thing which got discussed a lot in the parliament also, वो राष्ट्रपति को राष्ट्रपति बोल दिया. अब I did not go into the genesis. अभी ये बोलना is अभी a pretty senseless thing, but क्यों बोल दिया, क्या बोल दिया, I really don't know, and apologize कर दिया, and I mean that was hardly probably in my view it would have been something like a slip of a tongue. भाई कोई राष्ट्रपति को राष्ट्रपति बोलने की कोई मतलब मुझे तो लगता नहीं है. तो अब उसको कवरेज, उस पे एनालिसिस एंड ऑल दैट, सो दिस यू आर वेस्टिंग टाइम. अब क्या कहते हैं, चाइना ने इंट्रूड करके क्या कंस्ट्रक्शन किया है, क्या है, उसके ऊपर इंडिया क्या करने वाला, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की क्या सिचुएशन है, उससे क्या होने वाला है, क्या एक्शन लिए जा रहे हैं, वो इंपॉर्टेंट है. फाइन. इकोनॉमी का कंडीशन क्या है, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन टू दैट, दैट बिकम्स इंपॉर्टेंट. उनका एनालिसिस पढ़ो, समझो, दोज आर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स. अदर थिंग्स इन तो प्राइमरीली न्यूज़पेपर में एडिटोरियल पे जाइए और एडिटोरियल पे पिक करिए जो सेंसिबल चीजें हैं, which are important from the perspective of the country and दुनिया के हिसाब से जो important चीजें हैं. तो उसमें now there were now lot of editorials get written by the government people only. मिनिस्टर कोई लिख रहा है, तो अगर कोई मिनिस्टर लिख रहा है कि अमृत काल में ये हो गया, इकोनॉमी इंप्रूव हो गई एंड ऑल दैट, so any sensible person should not read that, because that is the government's propaganda. And there's likely to be very little worthwhile information in that. एडिटोरियल अगर पढ़ना है, वो फाइनेंस के बारे में एडिटोरियल पढ़ना है, समझना है, टू गेट एन आइडिया अबाउट इंडिया, तो रघुराम राजन का पढ़िए, चिदम्बरम का पढ़िए, जो कि सरकारी आदमी नहीं है. सरकारी, अब सीतारमन राइट्स एन एडिटोरियल, तो वो विल शी से कि इकोनॉमी का कंडीशन खराब हो रखी है. शी विल बी गिविंग सम cover up stuff. So this should be the outlook towards reading the newspaper. Primarily go for editorials. Read editorials which are worthwhile and not worthless, some of the examples I gave, and not be spending more than 1 hour on that. And if you feel that something is important and editorial will not come, that means the thing was not worthwhile. Otherwise an editorial would have come. और जैसे I mean important thing समझ में आ जाती है. हम जुडिशरी ने इसके बारे में, ईडी का यूसेज के बारे में बात की एंड ऑल दैट, जजमेंट आया, उसकी एनालिसिस है, प्रताप भानु मेहता क्या लिख रहे हैं, रीड दैट, दोज आर रेलेवेंट स्टफ. So you have to discern the things which are important and accordingly read the newspaper. Broad guidelines, not more than 1 hour. Read editorials and not read editorials written by on subjects which are meaningless and written by people from the government who would be indulging in propaganda rather than giving you real worthwhile information. Yeah, thank you.
Uh, Aditya Jayant is asking, sir, I know people who like my company when I hang out with them, but they do not initiate to meet up or call me up. It's just me who is asking people to meet at some place. So why is this happening?
This is
Social
whether this
behavior
is,
that
I
happens.
have understood that in social interactions, what is happening is that you are taking the initiative of reaching out to people, but people are not reaching out to you.
Huh.
What I would say is that, uh, you know, the problem is with you. Why are you getting into this kind of an analysis? आपका इनिशिएटिव है, आपने खेलना है, कुछ मिलना है, कुछ प्लान बनाना है, you are a more proactive kind of a person, so it will often happen that you would be reaching out to people. Why don't get into this mathematical kind of a thing? This kind of mathematical thing, in social relations, I have learned quite late in my life, is something which is a very गर्ल काइंड ऑफ नेचर ना. योगिता, आप लोग काफी ऐसे देखते हैं ना, उसने मेरे को इतनी बार फोन किया, उसने मेरे को 2 बार
हाँ.
बर्थडे विश किया, तो मैंने नहीं किया. Generally, I didn't see. I'm in school, ND days, or later on, boys getting into this kind of mathematics. तो वैसे आप लोग क्यों करते हैं योगिता? What's your you? Why you do it? आप करते हो ऐसा मैथमेटिक्स कि
No.
इसको बर्थडे विश किया, उसने नहीं किया, and all that?
Generally, there are many things to bother you. So we do not generally waste time in who called me and who did not call
You
me.
also don't bother now about these things.
No, sir.
और तुम्हारा फ्रेंड जो है, तुम कर देते हो ना उनको विश,
हाँ,
and
ये याद आता है.
even if they have not wished you ना,
Yes, sir.
so that's the right thing to do. So please don't get bothered about such stuff. What you feel is the right thing to do and good social etiquette to follow, please go ahead and do that. Fine. And you will find things going quite okay with you. Don't bother about such stuff, trying to count things. ये हुआ, बर्थडे विश किया, वो नहीं किया, मैंने मूवी का प्रोग्राम बनाया, उसने नहीं बनाया. That's okay, यार. वो जो कर रहा है, that guy's problem, ना? It's not in your control. What is in your control is your conduct, and you conduct yourself as you feel is appropriate, and let others do their judgment and decisions about their lives. Anything you have to say about this, Yogita?
No, we can just initiate meeting up, not frequently, not so frequently, so that there is some importance left. हाँ, ये बुलाता है तो that's it.
ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay, then take care. Thank you.
Okay. Uh, an anonymous person has asked, sir, how much service-related information is required while facing interviewing officer?
See, I will not go into the details of answering this question here. You can go to our YouTube channel where I have given elaborate answers to all such stuff. I have given answers to even things like कि जैग एंट्री वाले जो हैं उनको क्या क्या चीजें लॉ के बारे में मोटी मोटी पता होनी चाहिए. सेम फॉर सर्विस एंट्री कैंडिडेट्स, आई हैव कवर्ड इन गुड अमाउंट ऑफ डिटेल कि आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स वालों को क्या क्या मोटा मोटा पता होना चाहिए. गो इनटू दैट एंड सी. इट इज नॉट बिग डील. सर्विस है. अब जैसे फौज लो तो आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि भाई चीफ कौन है, उससे पिछला चीफ कौन था, कमांड हेडक्वार्टर्स कितने हैं, which are commanded by आर्मी कमांडर्स. फिर क्या कहते हैं, कितने आर्म्स हैं, कितनी सर्विसेज हैं, उनका मोटा मोटा क्या वेपन्स हैं. फिर जैसे अभी नई स्कीम आई है, अभी अग्निपथ स्कीम आई है, इसकी क्या क्या है, ये इसकी क्या इम्प्लीकेशंस हैं, सर्विस की रैंक्स क्या क्या हैं, परमवीर चक्र अवॉर्डीज कितने रहे हुए हैं. मोटा मोटा ये चीजें हैं. बाकी डिटेल्स आप मेरे उसमें देखिएगा, so you will get that information. Fine. So that should be good enough. It's not a big deal you have to do. Yeah, thank you.
Aditya Kumar has asked, sir, I Kumar, I feel underconfident when someone asks me questions like, I he is saying witty questions. He is not able to abruptly answer witty questions.
हाँ, तो उसमें कोई बात नहीं है, हो सकता है, because you see there is nothing awkward. Maybe let's say, I mean, you are talking in context of SSB, I presume, and you have gone to SSB with a considerable amount of seriousness. So you take your interview pretty seriously. The interviewing officer may be at times in a lighter mood, and he may be asking questions of a light nature. So it can happen that you are not in sync with his thought process at that time. So please do not get overly bothered. You should answer questions seriously only. You should not treat them as witty answers, mandating a witty response. So do not get overly bothered about such things. You remain serious and answer seriously. And I mean, the principles of answering orally or in writing are that be clear in your answer, be precise, and be brief. That's it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, this is in general asked by people. Shankar Angadi is asking, sir, I am a BSc graduate. I am preparing for CDS examination and I also want to pursue my MSc. Sir, how to balance my CDS examination with my academics?
See, this is a thing which would happen with practically all aspirants, that they would be pursuing some academic degree program, or if they're not doing that, then they would be working. Thing is that these examinations have been designed in such a manner that a person whose basics are okay, that person will be able to clear these examinations with 1 or 2 months of preparation, and not spending great amount of time, like say about 2 hours per day, which any person should be able to invest in personal growth. Now, the problem is that most of the students who are now who are writing these exams of CDS, AFCAT, even NDA, their basics are not quite clear. If you can check the interviews of the aspirants who have cleared this examination, you will find, particularly in the case of NTA, like in my own case, I think I would not have spent more than 15-20 days, because more than that time was not there. आपने बोर्ड का एग्जाम दिया होता है, उसके बाद ये एग्जाम आ जाता है, and I mean there are other things happening, like you have rightly said कि MSc का पढ़ाई चल रहा है, ऐसे कुछ ना कुछ होता है, अलग चीज आप कर रहे हो. तो अगर आपकी बेसिक्स अपने सिलेबस की क्लियर हैं, 12th का सिलेबस आपका एनडीए के लिए आप अच्छे से समझते हो, पीसीएम को, लैंग्वेज आपकी ठीक ठाक होनी चाहिए, एंड जनरल अवेयरनेस आपकी इन नॉर्मल कोर्स ठीक ठाक होनी चाहिए. इफ दैट इज ओके, then with 2 weeks you will be able to pass that exam. Now if that is not okay, then you start from scratch, then you have to put in a lot of efforts. So if that kind of situation is existing for you, still I would say the effort spent in improving your or clarifying your basics about the basic academic subjects which you are doing, PCM, English and all that, the effort will not go wasted. It would be worthwhile, because these basics would help you in your career, whether you join the defense forces or not. So you should, if you've not spent this time earlier, you should spend it now and improve your all-round abilities. In overall context, if you have been a good student, you will not be asking this question only. You will not find it a big deal. You will be able to manage it easily because you will be spending some time on general knowledge, which as it is you should be spending. So that should suffice, and this kind of balancing you will have to do. So please manage, and only then you will be a competent person. Then quite a few people who start looking for shortcuts, you know, वो टेक्निकल ग्रेजुएट है तो एसएससी टेक एंट्री से चले जाते हैं, कोई एनसीसी क्या हुआ एनसीसी एंट्री से चले जाते हैं, उससे सिलेक्शन नहीं होगा आपका. If you don't have the capability of clearing these written exams with good marks, you will definitely not be selected by the SSB because your inadequacies in your academic abilities would get revealed. ये shortcut से बात बनने वाला नहीं है. So you should be able to clear these exams. If you are, as it is a competent person, then 1.5 to 2 hours per day should suffice. If you have not been, then you will have to spend greater time, but the time spent is worth it because you need to improve these abilities. So that is my answer. Thank you.
Fine. These next questions we will take it next time. And please write to us at nofrilsacademy@gmail.com. We'll meet you next Sunday.
Okay, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.